Make sure y'all hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. Right now we're going to go to Bay Area and see what happened to this young mother that was killed on the highway.
Bay nearly missed an infant but killed the woman driving the car and injured a juvenile passenger. The deadly car-to-car shooting happened on the westbound lanes of Highway 4 near the Port Chicago Highway off-ramp in Concord, right next to the Diablo Creek Golf Course, and that is where KPX5 Style-In is, live near the freeway at the latest stop. Do they have any idea what the motive was?
Yeah, Brian, the CHP believes it was a targeted shooting, but no motive. They don't know if it was road rage or something else. The car actually crashed into a guardrail up there and came to a stop at this Port Chicago off-ramp. The driver's side of this black Toyota Camry is riddled with bullet holes. At least half a dozen shots hit the car. The CHP says the driver, a 24-year-old woman, died from multiple gunshot wounds. They say a minor in the passenger seat was also hit by multiple bullets. He has moderate injuries and is expected to survive. A bullet shattered the backseat window, barely missing a baby in the car seat. Investigators say the baby was very lucky. They interviewed witnesses who stopped to help and shut down all westbound lanes for hours to gather evidence.
It's kind of shocking to hear that it happened so close to our home.
The car-to-car shooting happened around 6:30 Saturday evening on a stretch of Highway 4 that doesn't have any surveillance cameras. But investigators are checking freeway cameras and license plate readers installed between Antioch and Pittsburgh for clues. Law enforcement put in those devices in 2018 after they responded to 136 shootings in less than 3 years, mostly on Highway 4 and Interstate 80. In those shootings, the CHP says 8 people were killed and dozens more injured. The CHP hasn't provided any recent freeway shooting statistics, but there's been a lot less during the pandemic.
People are just, I think, sitting in home or being, in that shutdown phase last year. I think people are just so antsy and anxious now. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but everybody just got to try to stay calm and cool and just remember we're all in the same situation. Just treat everybody with respect. Don't we know the female driver was 24 years old? Is there any more information about the occupants of the car?
Right. Yeah, the CHP would not say how the woman or the victims, how they're all related in the car. They would not even release the name of that woman who was killed until they can notify her family members first. We do know that they were driving in this area, so it's hard to say which area that they're from, but the CHP is looking into that. They're also saying that they don't have any suspects at this point. No one is arrested, and they have not released any information about the suspect vehicle either. So they're trying to gather as much as they can.
All right, a lot to work on for them in Concord. That is Don Lynn. Thank you.
This is sad, but thank God that her baby is okay and the baby didn't get hurt. But now a baby got to grow up without a mother for a senseless shooting. This is when they found out her name and everything.
More about the victims in a freeway shooting in the East Bay over the weekend. The violence took the life of a young mother and injured her teenage brother. Our crime reporter Henry Lee tells us investigators are now turning to some high-tech tools to try to find the shooter.
It's happened again. Another deadly shooting on Highway 4, this time in Concord. 24-year-old India Prince of Antioch was killed, her teenage brother wounded when someone opened fire on their Toyota Camry. Family members tell me her young son, sitting in a carrier in the back seat, was not hurt. The shooting happened at about 6:30 Saturday night. The victims were heading west on Highway 4 when their car was hit by gunfire. They crashed in the metal guardrail at the top of the Port Chicago Highway off-ramp. Prince worked as a cosmetologist, specializing in silk presses for women and coloring hair.
I truly do believe that with the situation, it was her just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't think anybody would help hurt a loving mother in the car with her infant child and little brother.
As the family mourns their loss, the investigation by the CHP will involve some high-tech tools installed on Highway 4, so long as the vehicles involved pass through Antioch and Pittsburgh.
Those vehicles will have been captured on the freeway security network.
Contra Costa County Prosecutor Mary Knox says a network of surveillance cameras, shot spotter gunfire detectors, and license plate readers will assist in the investigation. It's the latest in a spree of shootings along Highway 4 in recent months.
It It seems that the violence that's increasing on Highway 4 is just indicative of the rise in violent crime across all communities in our nation.
But at the same time, Knox says the security system along Highway 4 and Interstate 80 has drastically cut down on freeway shootings.
There has been a 90% decrease in shootings on the freeways in 2019 to 2020 versus 2016 to 2018.
That prosecutor tells me a 3-year pilot program for the camera system expired just last month, but they did get additional funding for 1 more year, and there are plans to expand the system to other parts of Contra Costa County. Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
At Goodrich for Elizabeth,
Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm sending prayers to India Princess family. You should do the same. And be careful out there driving. It's crazy in this world. This random acts of violence is crazy. Y'all be safe out there.